Hello and welcome. My name is Veronica, and today we are going to be talking about the Dolce Gabbana, the one, the golden one. So, if you guys have seen my previous video, today I am sitting down and I am reviewing my three deliveries which arrived. Well, this one arrived today, these two arrived last week. And it's sort of a trip down the memory lane. So this is my teenage years, and here we're moving on to a perfume that is the first perfume I was ever given from my husband. So again, back we talking must have been between 2005 and 2010. Somewhere at that price, I think like we're talking 2007-ish, and I think that the quarantine just made me go crazy and travel down the memory lane and think of remembering things and think of experiences with different people. So, and I was on YouTube, as I am quite often, and I was watching some reviews of perfumes, as I do, and someone was reviewing Dolce Gabbana the one, and I was like, gosh, I remember that I felt back then that it was too heavy for me, but I wore it anyway because, obviously it was a present from my boyfriend, fiance back then, and obviously it didn't impress me much back then because I did not repurchase it. However, back then I was very much a Issey Miyake, the original one, the sort of frosted glass one kind of girl, and I loved everything that sort of modern New York. Oh, and Donna Karan, New York. Again, I think it's called Woman. The square shaped, not square shaped. You know which one I mean? The long one, the thin one, with the sharp edges. So that was my kind of vibe back then. But I got in this one, and I wore it mostly in the evenings for the nights out and stuff. And gosh, I remember one time I went back home because I'm originally from the Czech Republic, right? And I went back home, and when I was a teenager, I was quite a wild child, right? And I used to listen to like rock and punk and ska and metal and stuff, and I was like really hardcore, naughty girl. And we had a favorite rock club where we used to go, and so my childhood friend and I, when I was there, we went to that place, and we looked like we don't belong in there, dressed up, in dresses and coats and stuff, surrounded by punks, in leather jackets and stats and everything. It was, and they were all so young, and we were still young, but we felt so old, and. Yeah, I got so much attention in there that night because all these young, late teens punks were coming in there, and they're like, "Oh, you smell so nice." So um, that's the memories. My husband and punks in my hometown. But I thought, oh my god, I can't really remember. I just remember the richness of the smell. I remember the sweetness and the richness, and I remember how I felt that it's appropriate for some like posh lady, like in her 40s. I thought that someone who shops on the luxury would wear this. I imagine some like Joan Collins from Dynasty would wear this perfume. But I thought, ooh, I need to get it. If nothing else, just for the memory, just for the symbolic value of, that it is the first perfume that my husband ever bought for me. And so I've got it now. I am already wearing this one on my arms, so I'm not gonna go crazy. You guys know that I love to destroy the boxes because I hate the boxes. Oh, well, I like this one because it's shiny and ooh, I love gold now. I love gold. But we are gonna use this to spray on because I would go proper crazy. You know what's interesting? How the more one watches the fragrance videos or reads reviews online, the more one becomes, the more you learn how to identify the nose. Whereas before, back then when I had this fragrance, I would just describe it as very posh and luxurious and 40 something, sweet, heavy. Now I can pick on the notes in it. It's an absolutely beautiful vanilla, but not the sweet vanilla that you would have in other fragrances, and definitely not a gourmand vanilla, not like a candy or vanilla pot or vanilla ice cream. No, this is like manly vanilla. It's almost like bourbon vanilla, you know, like this alcoholic, heavy, brown, thick vanilla. Oh my god, it's so good. And there is musk, but it's not a heavy musk. It just grounds it all down. A little bit of fruitiness, sort of like peach, and something. Oh. Do you know what? On the paper, I hate stuff on the paper. I love the bottle as well. I'll let it sit down to dry a bit. This one, by the way, is 50 ml and it is the Eau de Parfum. This bottle is very heavy and I love it about it. Obviously, this is not a bottle that you would just drop in your handbag because, it does weigh a lot. But I just feel that it looks so beautiful if it was displayed somewhere. You know that I don't display the perfumes, so I've got them all in a cupboard because I hate boxes. So, and I have too many perfumes. If I had them out, they would go off. Okay, I do get some white florals as well in there. Might be jasmine, but I discovered that despite in most of the perfumes that I love there is jasmine, I believe that there must be like 1 million different types of jasmine because I in every perfume the jasmine gives entirely different vibe. I do get more sweetness. I feel like it's honey, but the strongest is the vanilla. It is. But it's. I wonder what's it is like a bourbon vanilla. It is really a lovely fragrance. Now, would I wear this every day? No. I feel like that in order to wear this perfume, you must be dressed. You must be the one in order to wear the one. You can't just wear regular clothes with flip-flops and wear this. It would look really out of place. I feel like that this perfume calls for high heels. I do. I think that it's a perfect evening perfume. I would wear it in the winter, but I would also wear it in the summer. Actually, on let's say you're on holidays all day in the beach and you are beautifully golden bronze goddess, and then in the evening I would either wear the, how is it called, from Guerlain, the terracotta, which is like salty. I'm gonna do a review on that because that I think is the most incredible sexy summer fragrance there is. But I would also wear this because I think that it would be very, very good for the like sensual, sweet, sexy, hot kind of deal. But you know what's really interesting? I am on Facebook a member of I forgot which group. Oh yeah, it was a group, but I'm not a member actually anymore. It was a quarantine group for women whose husbands and children are driving them insane during the quarantine. And it started off as really funny, and like people were posting there like, look what my husband did, like, you know, with a knife covered in butter stuck on a worktop, you know, things like this. And it was really polite-ish, funny and easy. And then later on, as the quarantine, you know, went on and the members grew, it became a bit more aggressive, and they were what I did find quite inappropriate things mentioned in there, like borderline like murder and stuff, and it was getting quite repetitive, so I left. But before I left, a lady posted in there, guess my fragrance or something, and you put there a photo of yourself from some event, and then the people are commenting what fragrance they think that you wore on that occasion. And in that particular photo, I wore the Chanel Allure Sensuelle. And a lot of people were guessing Angel, which is quite funny because I was deciding between these two that night. So there must be some energy that, you know, the way you look, you know, is interlocked with the way you smell. But one of the ladies in there, she commented Dolce & Gabbana the one. And then few people commented underneath, oh my god, that's so vintage, that's so old-fashioned. And I'm like, is it old-fashioned? I mean, I remember the first campaign. I don't remember when it was launched, but I seen that it was Scarlett Johansson who was the face, my lovely hair. And then I think that now it might still be Giselle Bündchen. And I don't find it old-fashioned. I mean, yes, it's got a bit 80s, maybe that's why, oh my god, I did mention John Collins from Dynasty, didn't I? There might be an 80s vibe to it. But you know what? I think my hair is looking quite 80s now, no? Sort of. Or I could almost be looking like, oh, you know who I am? I am, hold on, he had it like this. Hold on, I'll show you the picture. And it doesn't look that much now like this, but it did. That's so funny. Oh my god. And that actually is like my crush from childhood. And I loved him so much, and I listened to them like over and over and over. And when I was in Paris, I went to his grave. I think that some of you now know who I'm talking about, huh? Who's got that hair? Well, sort of. Hey, Jim. Oh my god. Okay, why am I saying it? Hair, yeah. Yeah, it is. Actually, the people are right. It is quite vintage. It is not a modern fragrance. But you know what? I think that it takes a cool person to pull it off, you know? And I could actually really see some of those young girls, you know, the 20 till 30, who are very stylish and who wear a lot of vintage and retro clothes and boys. Oh my god, that would be so amazing. I remember that we were with my husband, we were checking out the male version and he didn't like it. I think that I'm gonna spray him tonight with this. Oh my god, that would be so... Okay, we completely... Sorry, I'm blubbing 14 minutes. Okay, sorry, but we are moving on, okay? We're moving on from Joan Collins to Scarlett Johansson, Giselle Bündchen. We are, oh my god, okay, can you imagine Jim Morrison wearing the one? Okay, that's it. Oh my god. Heaven. 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 Anyway, I would not buy it as a blind buy for anyone. You can get quite good deals on them. I did get, you see that I always get a big one, but I got in the 50 ml just because I wasn't sure how much I'm gonna like it. And the more I'm smelling it, oh my god, the more I'm liking it. Oh, do you know what? This makes you feel really like powerful and sexy and like you can conquer the world. And just the idea of Jim Morrison wearing it, heaven. Right, thank you for watching this long video, and I will see you in 3 minutes or so. I'll have a coffee maybe in between reviewing this. Take care.